Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutze, and welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and technique for preparing a stuffed portobello mushroom cap. Today we will be stuffing it with freekeh. What is freekeh? Freekeh is sometimes called frick or farik, is an ancient Middle Eastern whole grain that is harvested from a young wheat plant that is still green and tender. Great things about freekeh is that it is a whole grain and also has many nutritional benefits to it. One being it's anti-inflammatory, very much like quinoa, farro, bulgur, and brown rice. Also, freekeh can come two different ways. You can get the whole grain or you can get it cracked. Now, the cracked is still considered a whole grain because all the elements of the grain are present. Nothing is removed. You still have the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. The biggest difference between the cracked and the whole grain, or the whole uncracked grain, is cook time. A cracked farro grain would cook in roughly 20 minutes or so, and then the whole grain itself will be closer to 35-40 minutes. Now that we covered the basics, let's get cooking. First thing I do is cook my grain. And look, here's what the farro looks like. Very beautiful color and amazing flavor. So I will go ahead and add that to a saucepan. I will go ahead and take my vegetable stock. On high heat, bring it to a boil. As soon as it starts to boil, put a lid on it and turn the heat down to low and allow it to simmer for 35 to 40 minutes. All of the liquid should be absorbed. The next step in the procedure is to roast the mushrooms. As you can see, I've already stemmed them. I will go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to it, a little dry oregano, shaved garlic, add some salt, go ahead and add some vegetable stock, and I'll pour it right over it. And some dry white wine. We will cover it with foil and place it into a preheated oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and roast for about 20 minutes. Well, here, let's take a look at our freekeh. The liquid is cooked off. Very nice. So now what I like to do, at this point, two ways you can go. One, you could serve this as a hot appetizer or do it as a cold. I'm going to do it as a cold. So at this time, what I like to do, just as like when I'm cooking rice and other grains, I will remove it from the cooking vessel and I will put it onto a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. We'll spread this out and then go ahead and put it into the cooler or the refrigerator. Well, there you have my freekeh stuffed portobello mushroom cap. Excellent dish, very healthy. It's light, refreshing, and good for any time of year. It can be served hot or cold. You could serve it as a vegetarian option, as an entree, or even as an appetizer. Serve it as a side dish to a grilled lamb chop or a rack of lamb. A lot you can do with this. And obviously substitute the grain. You could get with, couscous, quinoa, farro, bulgur, whatever. All of them are very healthy and they are anti-inflammatory. Well, if you're enjoying the content and have not done so, please subscribe. We'd love to have you on board and keep you up to date with our latest posts. Thank you very much for joining. Yod Fayed.